Hey, how's it going, you guys? This is Spyderco64 back here once again with another Star Wars video. Now, as you can see, I'm not here to review an episode of The Mandalorian. The seventh episode is not out yet. Of course, it'll be out tomorrow night. But I wanted to give you all this really quick video because as some of you may or may not know, Star Wars Celebration took place this past weekend. It took place during, of course, basically Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then, of course, Monday. So, yeah, a whole weekend dedicated to, of course, Star Wars. This time around, Star Wars Celebration was being held in London, for the 2023, edition. Now, of course, obviously, I did not go to Star Wars Celebration because ain't no way I'm traveling all the way to another country just for a Celebration event. Well, then again, there's people that actually do travel all the way to, how would you call it? There are some people that, of course, do travel, that do that, travel all the way from the U.S. to, of course, Star Wars Celebration. And hell, there's even some people that probably do that, that probably does that with when the conventions are here. Now, also, it's also been confirmed that in 2025, Celebration will be in Japan, so that will be pretty cool. If it's here in Anaheim once again, I would actually really kind of hope to go there one day. We'll just have to wait and see on that. I don't really know how the whole thing works or really how it goes, but like I said before, we'll just have to wait and see. But anyways, though, a lot of stuff has been revealed. Some footage from behind closed doors, I was able to see and all that sort of stuff, but I can't, of course, show it and all that sort of stuff. And quite frankly, I haven't seen everything coming out of Star Wars Celebration, like all the exclusive footage and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, there's that. But with that really kind of being said, though, in today's video, I'm basically just going to recap as to what they confirmed, what's coming very soon, and all that sort of stuff. So with that really being said, let's just get into it. So starting off, the next show to come after The Mandalorian is, of course, the Ahsoka series. Now, the Ahsoka series has been in the works for quite a while now, and finally, in 2023, it is coming out. Finally, of course, it is going to star Rosario Dawson as the Ahsoka character. It is also going to feature characters from other forms of Star Wars medium, such as the Rebels characters. We are going to have, Sabine, Hera, Chopper. Presumably Zeb is going to be in there as well, since he made a recent appearance in The Mandalorian. We also are going to have, Ezra be in there. We're also going to have Grand Admiral Thrawn, who is being played by Lars Mikkelsen, who did the voice of Grand Admiral Thrawn in the Rebels cartoon series. We are also going to have a lot of new characters also as well. These two Force users or dark side users carrying orange lightsabers. So that should be very interesting to see. But overall, I'm very ecstatic to see this show. This is one of the shows that I'm very excited to see. And really, it's been a show that I just really been wanting for a long time. I feel like that we've been seeing way too much Ahsoka content that isn't going beyond. Like, honestly, like one of the complaints I had with Tales of the Jedi was just a matter of fact that can we just have can Ahsoka just have her own show at this point? Can you just not show us what we already know? We already know what she did after Order 66. It was in a book that you retconned. But, I mean, that's a discussion for another video. I'm just glad that we're getting Ahsoka content beyond of course, beyond what was established before and all that sort of stuff. So we got Ahsoka coming. And in terms of some other Star Wars TV shows, we also have Andor Season 2 on the way as well. It's expected to come out in August of 2024. Don't hold your breath on that. But I did see the exclusive trailer for Andor. And from what it looks like, it looks pretty good. for the most part. It basically is kind of similar to the trailer that was released publicly for the first season. Basically a lot of shots of back shots of the characters. And yeah, that's definitely going to be a show that's like, damn, it's going to be what, like 2 years away, and all that sort of stuff. 2 years away, or not 2 years away. It's coming out next year, Spidey, you dumbass. But anyways, yeah, it will be coming out in 2024, and I'm very interested to see how that series goes and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so going from there, we now of course have to also. Sorry, my hair is just being crazy today. But going from there, we also have some new Disney Plus shows that are expected to come out also as well around this time. We have The Acolyte. Now, The Acolyte is a new show, a new show that is going to be focusing on a whole entirely new different era in Star Wars. One thing, though, that I really kind of don't like coming from Star Wars is just kind of the simple fact of the matter is that really, especially from Disney, and that is we are really kind of exploring eras that we already really know a lot about. We already know tons about the prequel trilogy era and the original trilogy era, and then, of course, the sequel trilogy era as well. But I would like for Star Wars to go either beyond the sequel trilogy or to, tell a story in the past, and all that sort of stuff. Like, a Knights of the Old Republic movie, and all that sort of stuff, or a TV show, based off of the old BioWare games that came out in 2003 and all that sort of stuff. But this one right here, The Acolyte, is taking place in the High Republic. Now, the High Republic is this, franchise or this era of Star Wars that is being explored heavily in new books, in graphic novels. Now, if you don't really know me, that's not really my preferred form of medium. I prefer motion picture medium, whether it comes, basically I prefer live action movies, TV shows, animated shows, animated movies, and, video games also as well, and all that sort of stuff. That's my preferred form of medium. I'm not going to sit here and read a Star Wars book when it could be told in a movie and all that sort of stuff. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to probably disagree with me on that, but hey, if you have a good story to tell, you're going to be very limited to what you can do to really show people it, not really kind of describe it and all that sort of stuff. But this show right here is supposed to be helmed by Leslie Headland right here as well. So this is going to be a very interesting show and could be the floodgate to other Star Wars shows that could take place in several different eras in the Star Wars universe. Sorry if I'm looking down. Basically, I have a list here, but another Star Wars show, a new Star Wars show that is also being worked on currently as of right now, and is also expected to come out next year. The same thing with The Acolyte. All these shows are expected to come out in 2024, and that is Skeleton Crew. Now, Skeleton Crew, I'll be very honest, I didn't really do much research into this, but it was announced last year at Star Wars Celebration in 2022. So I have to just say, I don't know what's going to be in Skeleton Crew, but basically it's going to be part of the Mandalorian verse as far as I've heard and all that sort of stuff. And last time I heard, it's also supposed to be run by Jon Watts, or basically it's going to be run by Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and Jon Watts. And if you don't know who Jon Watts is, he helmed the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy in the MCU and all that sort of stuff. So really kind of what it looks like, he's not going to be working on any of the new Tom Holland films, Spider-Man films, as they come out. Okay, so going from there, yeah, I pretty much got all of the live action stuff very much confirmed. Now it's time to get into some animation. Tales of the Jedi Season 2 has also been announced. That's gonna be very interesting to see. Don't know if it's gonna be like another mini-series. I pretty much think it is gonna be another mini-series. Hopefully it can come out later in the year, hopefully. And also, I also do hope that we get, I don't really know which characters we're gonna get or stories that are gonna be told, but I do hope that it's going to tell, stories of some new characters, or how should I say this? of some characters that haven't had really much development in like the Clone Wars series, like what they did with Count Dooku. Now they didn't really need to do one with Ahsoka, but I'm not gonna talk about that here anymore. But I just hope that we get some new characters. Perhaps, they can do something with Plo Koon or Kit Fisto or Ki-Adi-Mundi, Aayla Secura. The possibilities are endless and all that sort of stuff. But we'll see how that goes. And also, the big one for me, and that is Bad Batch Season 2. No, excuse me, Season 2. Bad Batch Season 2 is not going to be the last time you're going to see these characters. There will be a Bad Batch Season 3 coming in 2024. Out of all these shows, basically, Ahsoka and Bad Batch Season 3, I am most excited for. Bad Batch Season 2 impressed me a lot. It got me very much more into these characters. And I just really do hope, and what's kind of unfortunate is that, yeah, it's the final season, but I also, it's like kind of like, here's kind of the thing for me, and that is, I prefer shows that, I don't know, you have a story and you tell it, but you don't need to take, I don't know, 4 or 5 or 6 or plus seasons to do so, and all that sort of stuff. Now, really, relatively, the Clone Wars did deserve that kind of storytelling. It needed that because it was a war that spanned upon 3 years and all that sort of stuff. So that, I think, did warranted, originally supposed to be 8 seasons, but we got 7, which was still a lot. But I really don't think we're going to get another Star Wars animated show that's really going to expand, like, at least more than 4 seasons, I think. So I do like the short-term storytelling and all that sort of stuff. I like that. Personally, I just like that a whole lot better. And we will see how Bad Batch Season 2 goes. Or Season 3. Sorry, I keep saying Season 3. Or Season 2. Yeah, I'm getting my seasons mixed up here. But in terms of any other news that has also been released, oh yeah, there's also the next volume of Star Wars Visions, which, of course, Star Wars Visions, if you don't know, is this anthology mini show that basically showcases 10 or 11 shorts made by various different animation studios. The first volume consisted of sorry, my neck is really hurts right now, and all that sort of stuff. But the first volume consists of shorts from various different anime studios, and all that sort of stuff. So basically it was like an anime Star Wars series. But now here they're expanding on to different animation studios, and well, that one should be very interesting too. I don't think I'm going to make a video on that like I did, I don't know, last time. Because I don't know, it's like, because the reason is because, well, first of all, it doesn't have to do anything with the Star Wars canon. Basically, it's just individual stories. But I'll still watch them, but I don't think I'm going to make a video on it, just because it doesn't have to do anything with the main Star Wars timeline. But now, anyways, to end off this video, we're now here to talk about the films. Now, Star Wars has been gone from the silver screen for a very long time now up to this point. The last movie we got was The Rise of Skywalker, which, looking back at that movie now, I do not like that movie. One of these days, I am going to talk fully as to why I do not like that film. Maybe I'll do one, maybe I'll do it, I don't know, maybe I'll do it in the 5-year anniversary, and all that sort of stuff. One of these days, I'm going to talk about the sequel trilogy, but I kind of want it to be something big. I want to gather all my thoughts. I want to go ahead and watch all the films, all the Star Wars films. I've actually watched the original trilogy just recently, so maybe you'll see some Star Wars film reviews, since there's not going to be any Mandalorian episodes until we get Ahsoka. But anyways, we have 3 new movies coming our way. I have a good feeling that these 3 films are definitely going to happen. So let's talk about, well, the 2 ones that I'm very most excited to see. So the first movie is one of these movies is being helmed by James Mangold. Now, James Mangold is, of course, is currently directing, or he is the director of the new Indiana Jones film, The Dial of Destiny, which is a film that I'm very excited for. To see Harrison Ford back as Indiana Jones one last time, and all that sort of stuff. So that's going to be very cool to see. He's also directed, from what I know from his filmography, I know he directed The Wolverine and Logan. The Wolverine was a fairly good movie, but it was lacking due to the R rating. It was lacking due to the rating. It was a PG-13 Wolverine movie, for crying out loud. But no, Logan was an amazing film that I loved. I really loved the Wolverine or Logan, one of the best comic book movies out there from start to finish. An amazing movie. And so James Mangold, I'm very excited what he's going to do in the Star Wars universe. His film is supposed to focus on the first Jedi. And one other cool thing is that they did show the different time periods of Star Wars. They talked about, the dawn of the Jedi, the Old Republic, the High Republic, the Galactic Republic during the Clone Wars, the Imperial era, the Rebel era, New Republic era, the New Jedi Order era, which is, we'll talk a little about that here in a little bit. But basically, though, this is going way back. This is the Star Wars I want to see. I really want to see the most. Star Wars films that are completely exploring a new era that we have never seen before in a film and all that sort of stuff. So it looks like I said, I'm very interested to see James Mangold's Star Wars film. I do hope it gets made, and I hope we do see a trailer or something like that, where we know when filming is going to start, and hopefully there will be no delays when it comes to that film. Next film we're also going to talk about is a film that I think a lot of us fans were expected to see, and that is Dave Filoni is directing a Star Wars film, and this film right here is supposed to conclude the Mandalorian saga. The Mandalorian saga that has built up in these several different stories build up in the Mandalorian series, as we're seeing right now, the Book of Boba Fett and the Ahsoka series. All those shows are supposed to have this conclusion. And if you saw the Ahsoka trailer, you know that Grand Admiral Thrawn is coming, heir to the Empire. So possibly, if maybe, we are going to get some kind of version of Heir to the Empire, or some kind of version of the Thrawn trilogy books from Timothy Zahn back in the good old days of the Legends continuity. And I'm gonna really kind of go back and what I said before about not really caring about books. I'm actually really am kind of wanting to go back and see some of these Star Wars and seeing or reading Heir to the Empire, or really the Thrawn trilogy. I really want to see how maybe they're gonna pull some material from those books and all that sort of stuff. So we'll see how Dave Filoni's Star Wars film goes, but I'm excited to see it, and we'll just see how it goes. And last but certainly not least, the one that is making the rounds off of Twitter and the Phantom Menace idiots is a new film that is supposed to be exploring the new Jedi Order. Basically, what it is, there's going to be a new Rey movie, a movie focusing on Rey. Daisy Ridley is back as Rey. I did not say. What do you think I was going to say? I did not say the last name that she stole. But anyways, here's kind of the thing. Out of all the films, the 3 films that were announced, this one, I'm just going to say this. Give Daisy Ridley a good film. Give her a good script and make this movie, just make it good. Just make it a good film. But then again, really, I don't know. It's just, I just really kind of don't know. I feel like when it comes to, especially Disney Star Wars, and here's kind of the thing, and that is Disney Star Wars is not perfect. What they did with the franchise, what they're doing now, well, they certainly are pumping more content than George Lucas ever did. But the one thing, though, that I have to just say is that there's just not really, how should I say this? I just hope the Disney isms is not in this new film. Like, if you know what I mean, well, I'm basically gonna just say, I hope there's not any dumb logic behind it, any dumb lines, anything that kind of just breaks canon in a way, and all that sort of stuff. I just hope that isn't in here. But I'm just saying here is just give this Daisy Ridley a good Star Wars film. And if you do, maybe she'll be a character that people are going to like a bit more. But kind of with that really being said, though, guys, what do you think of all these announcements that were made during Star Wars Celebration? You excited for any of them? Or are you just really going to say just curse Disney Star Wars, fuck that Rey movie and all that sort of stuff? Hey, I'm one to say I'm going to watch it first and I'll tell you if it's bad. So yeah, definitely Star Wars looks pretty bright now. In terms of any other shows and all that sort of stuff, Mandalorian season 4, we don't know if it's going to happen or not, which, shit. Yeah, I don't really know if it's going to happen or not, or hell, we don't really know how this season's going to go. So we're going to have to see how that goes. No news on that Lando series. And also the Star Wars films from Kevin Feige, Taika Waititi, and Patty Jenkins. I'm going to be very honest when I say this. I'm kind of hoping they don't happen just because clearly those guys, well, Patty Jenkins is too, I don't know. Wonder Woman basically has left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, and I haven't even seen it, but I heard it's really just bad. And Taika Waititi, I just do not trust anymore because of just how bad just Thor: Love and Thunder was, and just also Kevin Feige is way too busy doing his trying to basically fix the MCU and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we'll see how those films go. But with that really being said, though, guys, I'll see you here in the next couple of days, and we're gonna talk about the new episode of The Mandalorian. So see you all in the next video.